Hey YouTubers, back at you. Been a while since I made an instruction video. This is not really so much on instruction as it is just a few more tips. I'm going to get into some instruction videos this winter, so stay tuned for that. I got some requests on several things. If there's anything in the category of what I play that you would like maybe me to focus on, send me an email and I'll do my best to try to get it up for you. Anyway, this particular tape is going to be I did a tape a while back on getting the best sound out of your instrument that you can get. I talked about putting your arm against the soundboard here, how much pressure you apply against it, and how much arms against it, and bare skin versus cloth or clothing. Never touching the pins while you play. Usually you don't ever want to touch those or the bridge or the saddle or anything back here, because that all mutes the sound of the instrument. I talked about that in another video. It's all in there. And I'm going to add a few more tips to this video, what other things you can do to maybe improve your sound or get everything. You want to get all the sound out of the instrument that you play. I don't necessarily mean volume. When I say sound, I'm talking about quality sound. Volume, you know, that's a whole other story. That's why they make mics and PAs and pickups and amps and things like that. And I want to talk about some rhythm in this video too. Rhythm, particularly in bluegrass music, is very misunderstood a lot. It's not talked about or taught a whole lot that I've been able to find. It's just nobody just ever mentions it or says anything about it. There's a right way to do it, and I'm going to touch on that. We only got we got about 8 minutes left. We got about 6 minutes left, so we're going to have to move fast. Getting to the sound thing, I think this guitar sounds pretty good now. I've done a lot of work to it, a lot of modifications. Of course, new strings help. These have been on about a week or so now, but one tip I might offer you about improving your sound or keeping it improved is wiping your strings off. A lot of people don't do that. I wipe mine off. I've got a rag here now. I wipe mine off even during jam sessions. In the middle of it, I might hit them a few licks, you know, to keep that oil and salt and stuff off your skin off of them. A lot of people just brush over them and put the instrument away. It's a good idea to wipe each individual string. You know, wrap the rag around, get a hold of that string with your fingers and do each individual string that way, you know, all the way up and down the neck. That prolongs the life of the strings a little bit and keeps the instrument sounding good. You hear a lot of talk about the saddle on an acoustic guitar being higher. the higher the saddle is, the more pressure the strings are going to put on that saddle, and that's what everyone looks for. You hear all these people that modify guitars and build them and work on them stuff talk about high performance guitars. That's usually the action set low and it just a roaring box, you know, that has it. And one of the things that will help you get that is to have a high saddle. Mine's not all that high. I don't know, you probably can't see it in here. It's not all that high. But the higher that saddle is, the more tension down on the saddle there is from the strings, and that in turn gives you a better sound overall. It carries the vibration from the strings, you know, through the saddle and into the wood, and everything just works better that way. It's like, for banjo players, you know what I'm talking about, because it's like adjusting your tailpiece on the banjo. You tighten that tailpiece down back here, puts more pressure again the bridge on the banjo, string pressure, and it really changes the sound of it. Some people like them down tight for a sharp, brilliant, crisp tone, loud. Others like it midway or all the way up with no tension for a more of a fat sound. Not as much volume, but volume is something I don't worry about anymore. I used to try to play really hard, and I've learned that that's a hindrance on flat picking or any instrument. Anyway, same applies to the nut up here. A lot of people don't know this. Martin's well known for sinking the strings way down inside of the nut, and most people that redo their guitars just knock the nut out of it and redo it and just have the strings rest on top of the nut up here. I don't know if that helps or not, but tension down on that nut, just like back here, the more tension down on a nut the better. Some people go as far as to change the tuners to make the pegs up here shorter, and what that does is allow you to crank the string down closer to the pegboard, applying more pressure onto the nut. You can look at mine. I never changed the keys on it. Pegs are the same, but I've got the strings wound clear down as far as they'll go on the pegs. Every one of them is like that. I know it's a mess. It needs clipped off and cleaned up, but I just string it up and play it. Anyway, you get the idea. The more down pressure there is on that nut, same as the saddle, you know, the more pressure that you've got on those, the better it's going to sound. The more sound you're going to get out of it. Okay, I got to really move fast. Here's a little tip on playing rhythm guitar in bluegrass music. Most people play it and just strum the chords, which is fine. There's a proper way to do it, and that is to fill in, like in between each line when the lead singer is singing. For instance, maybe when he's taking a breath, punch it a little bit. You know, just something to fill in that blank spot. I'll sing you a wee little bit of a song here and try to do that. We're running out of time fast. So here you go. Oh, how I hate to leave you. Oh, how I hate to leave you. Oh, how I hate to leave you. 'Cause I never expect to see you anymore. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. Home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. My home's across the Blue Ridge Mountain. I never expect to see you anymore. I never expect to see you anymore. So in between the lines, when the lead singer is singing, you want to punch that thing a little bit, fill in those lines. Gotta go, folks. It's been 10 minutes. More videos, instructional videos to come soon this winter. Watch for them. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for subscribing.